Miss Sandy Kriske, who is our board chairwoman, Miss Susie Karen, Mr. Branch Sherrard. From Martin County, we have Mr. Tony George, who serves as our vice chair, and Miss Vicki Davis. From YungCTre County, we have Miss Krista Luna, and from Indian River County, Mr. Jose Conrado. These wonderful people dedicate hours of their day to make sure that this great college continues on in the future to ensure that it meets the educational needs of our district and beyond. And I want you to give them a warm pioneer welcome for all the work they do for us. I also want to take the opportunity to recognize our veterans in the graduating class or who are in attendance today. As a veteran, I know firsthand the sacrifices that you and your families have made to keep our country safe. Please join me in thanking our veterans here in attendance today. Graduates, I also want you to take a moment and be selfish here for a second. I want you to thank your loved ones, your family members, your mom, dad, brother, spouses, significant others in your lives who without their help, you would not have achieved your goal today of graduating. So I want you to take this moment and thank them for everything they've done for you.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 9 months since I was appointed the 4th president of Indian River State College, and I got to tell you, time flies when you're having fun. I'm honored to work with our board, our faculty, our staff, our community stakeholders to ensure that our students can work towards achieving their dream of achieving and attaining their God-given abilities. When I arrived here, I was well aware of the fact that IRSC had just been awarded national recognition as the best community college in the nation. I knew there was something special here, something unique going on at IRSC, a unique spirit, a special quality. It didn't take me long to figure out what was so special about this college. After all, we have exceptionally talented faculty, great facilities, great administrative teams. And in the end, we live and work in a district that really cares about the education and the future of our young people. So what is so special about this place? Students, graduates, you make IRSC unique and special. Your unique stories over the past academic year have at times moved me to tears or maybe swell with pride. I learn every time I meet you, like the veteran who endures the injuries of war but still continues to press on to serve others, or the single mom who passed by our campus for years, seeing the signs and finally worked up the courage to apply, and then when she's in school, her daughter looks up and tells her that she is her hero. Or the recent graduate who tearfully thanked the college for the chance to go to school for free and is now working hard to ensure that others behind him have the same opportunity by building scholarship programs for those in need. Or the 70-year-old retiree, former military veteran who decided now is the time in his life to earn his GED. So I want you to understand that we have a very special program here with very special people and very special stories, and the students make us who we are. This is why this place is so important. This is why this place exists. This is why my team works to make sure that you can achieve your goals. I also want to make sure you understand today, friends, make sure you thank your faculty for the help they've given you. Make sure you thank your family for everything they've done for you. And remember, we are always so very, very proud of you. After all, you make IRSC not just Aspen Institute best college in the country. We are the best damn college in the country. So, thank you. Come on. I agree. I want to God bless each of you and your families. I want to God bless our wonderful country and this great nation, our college and this great nation. Now, it is my great honor as president of this institution to announce our commencement speaker. Congressman Brian Mast is now in his 3rd term representing Florida's 18th congressional district. Prior to his election to Congress, Brian followed his father's footsteps by serving in the U.S. Army for more than 12 years. Thank you, sir, for your service. He earned medals, the Bronze Star, yes, Bronze Star, the Army Commendation Medal for Valor, the Purple Heart, the Defense Meritorious Service Medal. While deployed in Afghanistan, he worked as a bomb disposal expert on the Elite Joint Operations Command. The last improvised device that he found also resulted in catastrophic injuries, which included the loss of both of his legs. While lying in bed and recovering at Walter Reed Medical Center, Brian's father gave me advice that has stuck with him to this day. To ensure the greatest service he gave our country is the best example he could set for his children was still ahead of him. Brian took the advice to heart and dedicated himself to find new ways to serve our country and his community. Brian has remained on active duty following his injuries and provided expertise to the National Nuclear Security Administration, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, And after his retirement from the military, he continued working in counterterrorism, national defense as an explosive specialist, and the Department of Homeland Security. He has subsequently received a degree from the Harvard Extension School and volunteered alongside our Israel Defense Forces to show our support for the freedom in the Middle East throughout the world. In Congress, Brian strives to serve as he did on the battlefield, without regard to personal gain or personal sacrifice. He is a member of two very important committees: the Transportation Infrastructure Committee, where his priorities include fixing the pressing water quality issues stemming from Lake Okeechobee, and the Foreign Affairs Committee, where he uses his military expertise to help strengthen the safety and security of these great United States. Brian lives in Palm City, Florida, with his wife Brianna and their 4 wonderful children, Mangum, Maverick, Major, and Madeline. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed my high honor to present to you Congressman Brian Mast.
Great to be able to join you all today.
I don't know how you even managed to get it, so.
I want to start by congratulating each and every one of you graduates for something that you earned. That's going to be a central thesis for what I have the honor of speaking to you about today. The reality is, I can't tell any of you what career to go pursue after this, what further degree to go seek, what branch of the military to go into, police, which fire department, which sheriff's office, where to post your resume to go be successful, what city to live in. I can't tell you those things. But what I can encourage each and every one of you to do is how to face the challenges that will inevitably come before you. How to go out there and throw your caps in the air and move forward in life with that same zeal and determination that got you to this point today. Here's the fact: you're going to have trials. You're going to get pushed. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to have those times that will challenge you down to your core. And those times are going to be the most important and constructive moments ever in your life, if you let them be. My biggest challenge is not one that's hard for most people to guess. It was when I was injured in the military. It was a moment that first destroyed me, but it ultimately made me the strongest that I could ever be. The night that I was injured, my team and I, we'd just been dropped off by 2 Chinook helicopters into this tall pot field, this marijuana field, just outside of Kandahar, Afghanistan. And we were on the wrong side of this river. We knew we had to get to the other side of it. We were moving silently, quietly through the night, nothing but night vision optics. And as we moved through that area of southern Afghanistan, our high-value target that we were after that night, it was in an area of nothing but military-age male fighters. And our job was to do the same thing that it was most nights: to kill or capture our enemies. Everybody had a job to do, and it had to be done to perfection. The snipers, the K-9 handlers, the interrogators, the JTACs. I was the bomb technician. My job was to be in charge of emplacing explosive devices or removing those explosive devices that may be in our way, those that were burdening our route. Now, this river that we were on the wrong side of, it was deep, and over there, those rivers, they also double as their sewage outflows, so they're disgusting and you don't want to get in them. And on the other side of that was a high wall on the top of an embankment, and there was unfortunately only one place that we could get over and across that river. And I told my guys, if I can figure out this is the only place that we can get across, certainly so can the enemy. There had to be some kind of trap, some kind of booby trap, an IED, an improvised explosive device, some kind of ambush in that location. So I crept forward to look for just that, look in the ground for batteries, wires, signs of disturbed earth. I had this laser on the front of my rifle that I would aim down range to look for tripwires, because I'd lost a couple of friends in that area who had tripped a tripwire in that same way. I still have their names borne upon my wrist here. And eventually I got down on my hands and knees and I had started searching for that hazard that every instinct told me was there, buried in the ground somewhere. And after that, I gave the signal to the 2 snipers because I couldn't find anything. I gave them the signal that I was going to forge ahead. And as I signaled to those 2 friends of mine, DeLong and Foreman, that I was going to go on, I started walking. 1, 2, maybe 3 steps. And as I took about that 3rd step, boom! All of a sudden, the explosive device that I knew was there detonated beneath my feet. It sounded like thunder. It felt like an uppercut from some heavyweight boxer had just landed on my chin. It made the world go dark and black, but it wasn't because I was knocked out. It was because I was engulfed in this cloud, this plume of dirt and explosives and things that were buried in the ground. And as I was lying there, I'm trying to catch my breath. The wind was knocked out of me from the concussion of that explosion. It felt like when I fell out of a tree when I was about 10 years old. And as I'm trying to get up, I'm figuring out that I couldn't stand. Something was wrong. There was some reason that couldn't stand up. And as I'm trying to wipe all of that dirt and explosives out of my eyes, I'm realizing that I couldn't because all of the fingers on my left hand were broken and pointing in directions that fingers are not supposed to point in, and my forearm was heavily damaged. And right then I still had my hearing device, my commo device in my ear. And I could hear my guys talking about me. They were radioing up to the assets in the sky. They're saying, EOD is hit, EOD is down. That was my call sign. And that was my life. September 19th, 2010. And what I'm going to tell you about that is something that most of you probably know to some degree. We all have explosions in our life. You're going to get the wind knocked out of you. You're going to have to wipe the mud out of your eyes. You're going to wonder at some point in time, how in the world do you get up from what just happened? You're going to have these explosions in your life. Explosions with your family, explosions with friends, with a job or a relationship. Explosions where it's going to seem like it's impossible for you to get up. But that most impossible moment is going to be the most important moment in your life. Be when you show what you're made of and what it is that you know and what you've learned in life. And when you become that much stronger because of the challenges that you go through, you're going to be able to tell people your story as well. Now, after about a week, I woke up in Washington, D.C. And I don't know if any of you all have ever woken up in a place and wondered how in the world you got there. I'm not really going to go and digress down that road, but that's exactly the way that I felt.